Well, hello there, friends. This is Scott from Platte River Keto. If you're new to my channel, welcome. On my channel, I share with you my keto journey. You get to come along for the ride as I go along on my keto journey. Try to check in with you at least once a week to update you on my progress. Try to check in with you at least one other time during the week about something that I've learned, usually about the keto diet, but sometimes just about this little journey that we call life. Today is Thursday. I usually check in, my weekly check-ins on Saturday. So today I wanted to share something that I've learned. Something that I've kind of been thinking about, I guess, for a while. I've been on this journey now for 14 months, and I've had a lot of success. In that time, I've lost 150 pounds, and have had a lot of victories. If you can go to my other videos, I can tell you, I talk a lot about the other victories that I've had. Things have been overall really good for me. I will say though, in the last probably month or so, I feel like I've really been kind of treading water on my journey. Haven't made a lot of progress on the scale, which isn't the end all be all, of course. But I've just been a little bit frustrated, I guess, with my progress on my journey. And this morning, I was listening to Kim Howerton's podcast, which is, oh, I forgot suddenly what it is. She's the ketonist, and it's Keto Life Support. There, I knew it would come to me. She has a podcast called Keto Life Support, and today she talked about calories and about maybe thinking about calories again. And anyway, that got me thinking. And what I thought about was the reason that I went on this keto journey to begin with was a couple of things were really appealing to me about keto, or about carnivore, really, which is what I started with. But the keto carnivore lifestyle, two things were really appealing to me. One was that you don't have to track anything. You just get rid of your carbs, most if not all of your carbs if you're doing carnivore, but most of your carbs if you're doing keto. And the other thing is that you don't have to exercise. There's nothing about the keto lifestyle that says you need to exercise. And those things are definitely true. And if somehow you happened upon my video as your first exposure to the keto lifestyle, don't listen to what I'm about to say, because those things are absolutely true for when you start out with keto. Having said that, though, I don't know that those things are true for the life of a person's keto journey. First one I want to actually talk with you a little bit about is exercise. Now, exercise is something that I've always liked to be active. At least I was when I was younger. When I started my keto journey, though, I didn't exercise. As a matter of fact, I consciously didn't exercise for the first 90 days of my keto journey. The reason for that was, well, quite frankly, the size that I was at when I started, it was very hard for me to exercise. It hurt a lot. My back, as I've mentioned many times, my lower back was just it hurt. After I walked just, barely down the block, my back hurt. And so I didn't exercise when I started. And like I said, one of the appealing things about that, the keto lifestyle, was that, a lot of people on the keto lifestyle say that you don't have to exercise, and that's great. But over time, I found myself going, well, what am I losing this weight for? I want to be able to do things and be able to be active. And part of that is being able to train my body to be able to, again, do the things that I want to do, whether it be hiking with my family, which I really enjoy, being able to be out in nature, being able to go out hunting, which I enjoy, just being able to go places and do things has required that I get my body back into shape. Like I said, that wasn't one of those things that I needed to do when I started my keto journey, but eventually it became something that I not only needed to do, but wanted to do. And I would say that I've kind of gotten to a point where I'm realizing that the same thing is probably true for my eating. And what I mean by that is that, like I said, one of the appealing things about the keto diet is that you don't have to track anything, right? You don't have to track. And you just cut down the carbs and you lose the weight. And I've lost a lot of weight. But if you look at me, I'm definitely not super slender yet. I still have probably 100 pounds, maybe over 100 pounds, really. I probably want to lose probably another 125 pounds or so. And I think that at this point, I'm a good ways on my journey, but at this point, I probably need to look a little bit closer at possibly tracking some things. Um, Now, I don't know that I necessarily want to go to counting calories, which is kind of what Kim Howerton talked about in her podcast today. Like I said, go check that out. She's fantastic. But it got me thinking that I think what I've been kind of subconsciously almost rebelling against is that one of the things that was appealing to me about the keto lifestyle is that you don't have to track. But that I think I probably do need to track, or if I don't need to track, I'm fully aware of the keto friendly foods that I overdo it with. Um, the nuts, the seeds, the nut butters, the keto treats. I just overindulge in those things. And while they're on my plan, and again, the keto lifestyle is really pretty simple, which is, eat meat, focus on meat first, enjoy low carb vegetables, keep your carbs pretty low, 20 grams of carbs or under, maybe even down to nothing. And if when I stick to those things, I think that if I just did that, that I would have a lot of success. Because I don't track, I think that one of the things that I've been doing lately is overindulging in those foods, and I think that two things have happened. One is that I think that my carbs have kind of crept up a little bit during the last month or so. And probably if I did sit down and track, I would realize that more often than not, I'm having too many carbs. Like I said, whether that's because of the keto treats that I've been enjoying, or especially nuts and seeds and nut butters and that kind of thing. Just snacking in general, really. And then the other thing is those things are very nutrient dense. They also have a lot of fat in them. So if we do want to go back to the whole world of calories, by the way, are not the devil. But I don't ever want to track calories. But those have a lot of energy in them, which is what a calorie is, right? And so because of that, when I'm snacking, if I overindulge in something like peanut butter, for example, or almond butter, it doesn't take a whole lot. 2 tablespoons is 160 calories, and it's got a whole bunch of fat in it. So I can sit there with a jar of it, and there's a tablespoon. There's another tablespoon, and next thing you know, I've had 4, 5, 6 servings. If I actually did the math on the calories, it's like I've had 1,000 calories worth of nut butter and did that in a half hour. So I think that is probably what's been kind of derailing my progress lately. And the reason that I share that is because I think I've personally been fighting against looking at that more closely. And again, I don't know that I necessarily want to track my calories, but I do want to focus more and look a little more closely at the choices that I'm making, and realizing that if I want to tread water and be where I am, that doing what I'm doing is probably going to work for that. Like, I'm going to continue to have more keto treats than I should, but I'm still staying on keto. I'm not eating bread. I'm not, I'm not going into the sweets. I'm not having any sugar still, but I'm having more of those snacks than I should, which is probably why my weight is kind of stalling out where it is. If I want to have continued success, just lower your carbs and don't worry about exercise, like I said at the beginning, are things that were great for me when I started, important for me when I started, but are things that I need to think a little bit more about now. Like I said, the exercise train, I kind of got on that quite a while ago. It's really good for me. Of course, it helps me to strengthen my body, but it's really good for me mentally. On days when I exercise, my day is just better every single time. And it's one of those things that, there's the saying that nobody ever says they want to spend more time at the office. Spending time with your family is always great. Getting a workout done is always great. I've never done a workout and gone, oh, I can't believe I did that. I feel so bad that I did that workout. What a waste of time. I really never. So working out has been great for me. I think at this point, though, what I really need to say, and I know I've kind of already said it in my last couple of updates with you, is that I need to be a little more focused on tracking some things or being really sure that I don't indulge in certain things. And I think that as I do that, I'm going to be able to have the success that I had been having again. So anyway, I just wanted to share those thoughts with you. Like I said, they're not entirely mine. I highly recommend that you check out Kim Howerton's podcast, especially this week's episode where she talks about calories. And again, big disclaimer here. If you somehow happened upon my video at the beginning of your keto journey, I would ignore that completely. I think that the advice that I'm giving you is for somebody that's in my situation or has been at this longer than I have. Like I said, I've been doing this for 14 months. If you're just starting out, get rid of your carbs, get rid of the sugar. Don't worry about exercise. Because I think when we overdo it, when we start, trying to do too many things at the same time is a recipe for failure. So I hope that was somewhat clear to you, that there was some kind of a message that you can take from it. I felt like it was a little bit jumbled today, but I wanted to get it out there before while it was fresh in my mind. If you've enjoyed this, if you enjoy my channel, please be sure to like the video, subscribe to my channel, and hit the bell icon so that you'll know the next time I'm going to share one of my updates with you. Keep calm and keto on, and we'll talk to you soon.